Hi, in this video we are covering topical questions from naming organic compounds. Let's start. Question number 1. Carboxylic acids can be converted into esters. Propanoic acid and methanol react to form an ester that has the molecular formula C4H8 and O2. Name this ester and draw its displayed formula. Whenever they say displayed formula, you have to show all the carbons, basically all the bonds in the molecule. Okay. Now, how esters are made? I'll give you the same example. Propanoic acid. Prop means 3 carbons, right? Now, oic acid have COOH, which is C double bond O and OH. So this is the displayed formula for propanoic acid. Okay. Now, when propanoic acid reacts with alcohol, this is methanol. Okay, it's reacting with methanol. Now, please keep in mind that whenever a carboxylic acid reacts with an alcohol, carboxylic acid gives OH and alcohol gives hydrogen. So, when these are removed, H2O is formed as a byproduct. And now, this carbon has an empty bond now. You see? And oxygen will also have empty bond because the hydrogen is left, right? Now, these two will come together and join. So, whenever, keep this in mind, this is very important. Whenever you are drawing esters displayed formula, always draw carboxylic acid first. Carboxylic acid first. Just draw propanoic acid ka hydrogen, 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 and hydrogen. OH left from carboxylic acid and hydrogen left from alcohol. So this entire thing will come and bind here. O, C, and H. So the methanol, from methanol, this group will come and bind to carboxylic acid. And this is the displayed formula for ester. Okay. Now, whenever you are drawing ester, please keep in mind that you have to draw carboxylic acid first and alcohol next. But when you are naming it, make sure you draw alcohol name first and then carboxylic acid. So what will be the name of this? The name of this compound will be methyl propanoate. Okay, methyl propanoate. Now, this is the formula for the ester. Okay, again, when you're drawing structure, make sure carboxylic acid is first and alcohol is second. But when you're naming it, alcohol will come first and then carboxylic acid will come next. Okay. Now, what is the name of the ester? The name of the ester is methyl propanoate. Okay, and the displayed formula will be this is the displayed formula of methyl propanoate. Clear? Always remember, guys, whenever you are drawing any displayed formula, make sure every carbon will have 4 bonds. Okay? Okay. Name another ester with the molecular formula C4H8 and O2. Now this time they're asking us to have the same number of carbons, same number of hydrogens, same number of oxygens. But is there a possibility that I can get another ester with the same number of carbons and hydrogens and oxygens? Yes, you will. For example, you can just take 2 carbons. I mean to say, in carboxylic acid, instead of taking propanoic acid, you can take ethanoic acid. Okay, you can take ethanoic acid and then 1 carbon is remaining. That will be like basically ethanol. So, ethanoic acid plus ethanol can also be another structure that you can draw to get the answer. Okay. Now, ethanoic acid can be reacted with ethanol to get our ester. Now you have the same number of carbons, same number of hydrogens, same number of oxygens, but this will be a different ester. So it's possible to have same molecular formula and different structural formula. Okay. Now the another ester would be ethyl. Another ester would be ethyl ethanoate. Okay. Next. The names of 4 esters are listed. Methyl propanoate, ethyl propanoate, propyl propanoate, butyl propanoate. All 4 of the esters in the list are liquids at room temperature. Name the technique used to separate ethyl propanoate from a mixture of 4 esters. Now, if you see carefully, they all belong to same homologous series. All of them are esters, right? So when you have same homologous series, if you increase the carbon chain length, the boiling point increases. So that means methyl propanoate will have the lowest boiling point and butyl propanoate will have the highest boiling point. Only in this, by the way, okay? Don't get confused. In these 4, out of these 4, methyl propanoate will have the lowest boiling point and butyl propanoate will have the highest boiling point. So it gradually increases. So what we'll do, we use fractional distillation. Why fractional distillation? Because using simple distillation, you cannot separate molecules fully if the difference in boiling points is very less. So therefore, if you use fractional distillation, even if the difference in boiling points is less, you can still separate the mixture. Okay. So the answer is fractional distillation. Okay. Next. All all 4 esters can be made by reacting different alcohols with the same substance. Name the substance and draw its structure. Show all of the atoms and all of the bonds. Now, if you see clearly here, we can say that all of these esters are made up of different alcohols but the same carboxylic acid, and that is propanoic acid. Okay. So the answer would be propanoic acid. Now the structure would be 3 carbons and all of the hydrogens will be here. Okay. Name the alcohol used to make methyl propanoate. So alcohol, the first name is for alcohol. So it will be methanol. OL, okay, not AL. Don't write AL, it will be OL. Next. Other esters not in the list have the same molecular formula as propyl propanoate but different structures. State the term used to describe substances with the same molecular formula but different structures. They are called isomers. Name the 2 esters with the same molecular formula as propyl propanoate. Now, propyl propanoate have 3 plus 3, 6 carbons. So, the esters that you are giving with the same molecular formula should have same number of carbons. So you can take 2 carbons in alcohol and 4 carbons in carboxylic acid or vice versa. Okay. So make sure the sum is always add up to the same number of carbons as here. Okay. Now I can simply write ethyl butanoate, which will have 2 plus 4, 6 carbons. Okay. Or I can say butyl ethanoate. That's it. Okay. Yeah. Ethanoic acid manufactured by the reaction of methanol and with carboxylic acid. Ethanoic acid is a member of homologous series of carboxylic acids. State the general formula of this homologous series. General formula of carboxylic acid is CnH2n plus 1 COOH. Draw the structure of carboxylic acid containing 3 carbon atoms. This we have done already. Okay, next. When carboxylic acid react with alcohols, esters are produced. The formula of ester X is CH3, CH2, CH2, COO, CH3. Name ester X. When you are naming esters, the alcohol name will come first and the carboxylic acid name will come later. But when you are drawing the structure, carboxylic acid will come first and alcohol will come later. So that means our alcohol is methanol and our carboxylic acid will be 4 carbons. So it's butanoic acid. So the ester will be methyl butanoate. Give the name of the carboxylic acid and the alcohol that react together to produce ester X. Carboxylic acid is butanoic acid. And alcohol is methanol. Okay, next. Ester Y has a structure shown. Name the ester Y. Carboxylic acid, you have 1 carbon. Alcohol, you have 1 carbon. So it will be methyl methanoate. Reduce the empirical formula of ester Y. First, let's write the molecular formula. Count the number of carbons. 2 carbons, 4 hydrogens and 2 oxygens. This is called molecular formula. And the simplest whole number ratio of this is called empirical formula, which is C1, H2 and O. So, this is the molecular formula and this is the empirical formula. Complete the dot and cross diagram to show the arrangement. There is some printing error, I guess, here. Just a second. Complete the dot and cross diagram to show the arrangement of electrons in ester Y. Here we have C double bond O, OCH3, methyl methanoate. So wherever you have double bond, you have to keep 4 electrons. Okay, dot cross dot. Next, wherever you have single bond, 2 electrons will be shared. Next question. Ester Y can be made by reacting 2 organic compounds together. Name the compound and draw their structures. Show all the atoms and all of the bonds. Now that is methyl methanoate. So one will be methanol, which is 1 carbon with 3 hydrogens and OH. Another is methanoic acid. Okay. Methanoic acid, only 1 carbon, which we have COOH and then just H. Describe what is meant by the term structural isomer. It's 2 marks. So you can simply write a molecule with same molecular formula but different structural formula. Name the carboxylic acid which is a structural isomer of ester Y. This is important, guys. Read it carefully. Name a carboxylic acid which is a structural isomer of ester Y. Now, ester Y has the molecular formula C2H4 and O2. Now you have to draw a carboxylic acid with 2 carbons, 4 hydrogens and 2 oxygens. So carboxylic acid which contains 2 carbons would be ethanoic acid. So see, now you have 4 hydrogens, 2 carbons and 2 oxygens. So it will be ethanoic acid. Okay, that's it.